Hi everybody, Geraldine Rose here. Go grab some of your leftover flower projects. Let's make a birthday card. I'm certain we've all got that bin, bag, bowl, whatever you put them in, unfinished projects. I had a bunch of the Altenew hellebore flowers left over from a crafting session with friends, and I needed to get a birthday card done so that it would get sent out in time. So I grabbed those flowers out, I grabbed my ink swatches, and I decided what colors I was going to put in the background. You can see that I've now pulled the inks for that. I'm blending them on my panel. I'm not worried at all about how blotchy they're going to look because I know that I'm going to be using them as an undertone and putting other stuff over top for the overtones. Once I had those down, I gave them a little splits with the water for the first part of we're going to get this in as an interesting back panel. Then I grabbed out my spritz sprays and I am splattering them. I'm lightly misting them from quite a bit up above. This is the one where I'm pulling it out of the bottle and actually dropping them on to bring some of the greens in. Then once that's dry, I'm going to grab out just an assortment of paste, and I'm not using much of each paste. I had the clear translucent crackle first, a bit of that. I'm going to grab out 2 of the solar paste here. I believe I had a green and the blue one. I'm putting them in spots through the stencil. Very light. Leave some spots open. Keep it just in the parts in the background so that it'll peek out behind where you're going to put your flowers down. This is one of the solar pastes. I do love that stuff. It's so smooth. This is the Altenew, the relief paste, the shimmer relief paste. Oh, this stuff is like butter. So this one I went in sparingly with because it was quite a bit darker. Quickly, I am going to pull this stencil up and get it into the sink to wash it. Stencil reveal. While that's sitting there to dry, I'm going to do a little bit of die cut surgery. With the leaves, I cut them apart so that they would show on either sides of the flower. Sorry for that. British raised mother, turn all the lights off, right? Forgot to turn them back on. So I'm die cutting out a happy birthday. I've got it in the glimmer paper, and I'm also using a purple as a background. I'm piecing them here together right now. This one is quite a fine die cut. It was the Altenew Birthday Wishes one. While that is all set aside, I'll jump to the inside of the card. I'm using the casual bouquet for some of the sentiments in there. And this is what I like to do. I like to layer up my inks either by tapping them along the one side of the stamp or using the brush for it, or sponging them off. So jumping to the flower that I'll put in, I found the Altenew Japanese anemone was very similar to the hellebores. Because I don't want it to be really strong and I've only got one go to do this, I am brushing it on, like I'm pouncing the ink on with the brushes. I am going to take a chance on this and put it down. Yay! Oh. And this is the part where I find out if it worked or not. You'll find that out later. On the back, we're going to throw a custom stamp. Going back to the front panel before I put it in, I grabbed the Foliage Fiesta, one of the press plates. I thought it would go well with the leaves and the stenciling that was on there. So I was checking what my sandwich was, getting out the adapter plate and the squishy plate, running it through the big shot. Bringing it around, and we'll see that it took well. It does actually create a dry emboss on the stencil, which is a neat effect. It looks fine. I'm going to darken around the edges with 2 of the blue inks, and because this one was not like soaked with water, I don't need too much of the ultra sticky tape on the back. We're going to squish out a titch of glue along the edges and a wee bit on the sticky tape so that we've got some wiggle room because this is a full A2 sized panel. I've got one go to get it down. This is the part where I have removed my hair so that you do not see my grays and squishing it down. We'll assemble the leaves and the flowers on the front next, and I kept them in a standard 3-in-2 formation. so that I can put the sentiment right in the middle. Of course, a little bit of glue on the back. Oh, and I kept them all the same level too, because this is going through the mail, and I have learned not to make cards too thick going through the mail. Cutting off the one little leaf that was hanging out over the edge. Why is that so satisfying? I find that satisfying. Got out my stickles because this one you can see is getting a little low. I do love the stickles. It's the glitter. It's the bling bling. We have to have the bling bling. I am just popping a little bit of that along the stamens as well. I did dot it through the card in a bit of a diagonal. I am using mica sprays to put a final top layer of splatter on, and I used one of the greens and one of the purples for that in the areas that they applied to. I think I'm going to jump over to the envelope next. Yes, I am jumping over to the envelope next. I like making them pretty. I think more of us are doing this. Tying together the front, the inside, the back, the envelope, all in one theme for each card project. That was reusing the anemone stamp. Also grabbed out the Crafty Friends stamp because it's got all sorts of sub-sentiments in that I like just to pop on the back of envelopes. Also needed the Colorado Craft Company, the no peeking stamp. It's got one part that says do not open, so I'll put their date in. I don't know how long it's going to take to get down to them. Use some ink splatters here just to finish that envelope off. There's our finished card. You don't think it's shiny, and then you tilt it, and then blam, you see all the shiny, shiny bling bling on it. Well, everybody, you go out, get some crafting done, be that change you want to see in the world. I want to thank those of you lately that have been subbing and liking and commenting. I do appreciate that you don't mind my goofiness. Thanks for watching so much. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.